7 November Golf, over.
This is Whiskey 9 to go.
Whiskey 9, 7 November, interrogative Alpha Bravo.
Negative Alpha Bravo.
And this is 7 November Golf, Roger. Request you check your Romeo side. I'll go ahead and check my Tango side. 7 November Golf out.
7 November 8 to 5.
And 8 to 5, 7 November, say again.
Roger, I sent you in. Can be back 30 feet before I come up on the
7 November, go.
Roger, I copied a while ago, 1 Charlie transmission that my thing used,
And 8 to 5, this is 7 November, Charlie.
That's fine, Roger.
Now 1 Charlie, 7 November, go.
This is 1 Charlie, reference to your last, you're bringing what you get into 5 stars, 1200 between teams and local. Also request your unit take ground records to see if we can try to get 59 and 8 for pause at the playground.
And this is 7 November, Roger, stand by.
Got that.
Got it? Alright. And all units, this is 7 November Golf. My unit Alpha, Echo, X-ray Alpha, Alpha in there.
One Charlie, Alpha Bravo.
Yeah, I never took a dip.
Whiskey 9, 7 November, interrogative Alpha Bravo. Whiskey 9, Yankee, 7 November Golf, over.
This is Whiskey 9 to go.
Whiskey 9, 7 November, interrogative Alpha Bravo. Whiskey 9, Yankee, 7 November Golf, over.
This is Whiskey 9 to go.
Whiskey 9, 7 November, interrogative Alpha Bravo.
Negative Alpha Bravo.
And this is 7 November Golf, Roger. Request you check your Romeo side. I'll go ahead and check my Tango side. 7 November Golf out.
7 November 8 to 5.
And 8 to 5, 7 November, say again.
Roger, I sent you in. Can be back 30 feet before I come up on the
7 November, go.
Roger, I copied a while ago, 1 Charlie transmission that my
All right, welcome to another live stream here on YouTube. I am also streaming to LinkedIn, so it should be pretty cool. If you want your picture, a part of that intro, email it to me. Okay, I don't need to know the details of what was going on in your pictures that you share, but if you want to have your picture in the intro, just send me an email. I'll pop it in. I need to update it anyways. My lighting feels weird. That would be better. There we go. Yeah, look at that. Mediocre white dude right there. Okay. Y'all know the deal. Members from the first 30 minutes. If for whatever reason there's not enough members that want to ask questions, because we had the Discord that goes on all day, we'll just jump right into having the chat open. But to start it off, we got Shotgun Man. What's up? How's it going? Well, welcome. Thank you for joining. And Ben Sims. My last name is also Sims with 2 M's, not like the video game. But welcome to the channel. Make sure to download Discord. It's pretty much a live Q&A. Well, not live. It's a 24/7 Q&A. I'll pop in and answer anyone's questions. Hey, P, what's up? How's it going? I need to resize this. This same thing happened last time, and I totally forgot to do it again. Okay, there we go. That looks better. All right, Jeffrey Hawk 2 Jeff, what's going on? That's probably inappropriate, but whatever. Outlaw, welcome to the stream, dude. Feel free, Outlaw, to give me an update on your situation. All right, Jason says, how do you file a claim with an interim example OSA due to obesity from medication? All right, 2 things. First, three things really. Before you think of filing that claim, go ahead and do an intent to file because you're going to need some evidence. That's number one. Number two is to get that evidence. And so when I say evidence, I really want to show. So you're going medication from something. I want to know what that disability is that you're doing sleep apnea secondary to. And the steps to that are obesity from the medication. The medication is from your service-connected disability. Got it. What if it's like gabapentin? You probably have a pretty good argument there. Just depends on really exactly what disability we're talking about, because that could be another correlating factor. And then if the medication does or does not lead to obesity. If it does, because you worded it this way, it seems like you already have a good argument to start out with. But I would really like to know what the service-connected disability you're taking the medication for, and then the medication itself. I'm hoping it's gabapentin. That would be a pretty solid correlating factor to sleep apnea secondary. Okay, Mr. Superfluous, M for me. Folks always try to force it my way, though. I'm so confused. I'm not going to lie with you. Okay. Welcome to the channel, though, Ben. Filed sleep apnea secondary to PTSD and was denied. Very common. I have a Nexus letter now secondary to sinusitis and rhinitis. Do I need to refile? So it would have to be a supplemental claim. Yes, you're going to have to refile. I would really, you already have the Nexus letter, so regardless, just file the supplemental claim now. I would like to know the reason you were denied sleep apnea secondary to mental health to begin with. For instance, going back to what this person said here, if the obesity is not due to medication from that service-connected disability, the VA will use obesity as competing evidence. And so that, as an example, let's just say you're obese, that could be competing evidence for you. So secondary to sinus or other respiratory conditions wouldn't matter at that point. Many, many factors go into this, but regardless, you have the Nexus, submit the supplemental claim, and go from there. All right. Not inappropriate use of joke. Yeah, no worries. Awesome. All right, Michael Jefferson, can you at some point in the future do a video on SMCs, preferably SMCL? I keep forgetting. I'm putting it on my list. I have a little note list on my phone here. SMCs, and then we'll put specifically SMCL. Yes, I can do that. Absolutely. For sure. Yes. Okay. Jason Bowen, bipolar. Oh, I see. Okay. So you're just got to prove that 70%. Got it. I don't know what medication, medication for bipolar that causes obesity. Some antidepressants are used to treat bipolar diseases, such as lithium, valproic acid, D-Prox, sodium, or mood stabilizers that lead to obesity, weight gain. Okay. Yeah. Based on my very quick Googling, it sounds like you have an argument for that for sure. All right. Jeremy Gardner. What's up? Welcome to the YouTube, the TheCivDiv member. Make sure you download Discord and join the server. I'm going to show you where that link is actually. And I totally should have done this. I suck. Okay. So here's our beautiful, there we go, mediocre channel here. This link right here is Discord. You can click on it to see the whole thing. Ooh, look at that sexy about me. And then you can click Discord. Boom. That's going to bring you to Discord. Join it. Link your account. Make sure you do that. Members don't really get, there's not really that many benefits to being a member. But you definitely want to download Discord. It's pretty much like a live Q&A or 24/7 Q&A up in there. All right. Just got approved. Okay, got that one. Kings. I was diagnosed with IBS in service, but didn't claim it. I was diagnosed again with IBS by the VA. How do you best explain the reason for not visiting a doctor for 10 plus years? If you weren't, I'm going to assume you were not denied for continuity of symptoms. If you have a diagnosis then and you have it now, IBS isn't something that really comes and goes. I would just submit the claim. If you were denied for continuity of symptoms, definitely let me know because I think that's baloney. That's a baloney reason to deny that claim specifically. And I'm willing to bet you would fall under the PACT Act as well. And so that could be it could be presumptive under MUCMI, which kind of gets into the weeds a little bit. All right, Ben Sims. First of all, thanks for the advice. With regard to my back claim, did higher level review, got radiculopathy for both legs and new CMP for the actual back rating. Hey, awesome, dude. I always recommend if veterans are going to submit a lower spine condition or an upper spine condition, so lumbar or cervical, and if you have symptoms of your arms or your legs going numb, falling asleep, tingling, like if you sit crisscross applesauce and your legs go to sleep pretty fast, you probably have radiculopathy. If you submit that claim, it acts as a forcing function. When you don't, the VA doesn't always give it to veterans. And I know that sounds crazy because sometimes they do. They did for me automatically, but sometimes they don't. So what I want to show you is actually the public DBQ for the back, because you're going to see that radiculopathy is a part of the back DBQ. But if you claim it, it's a forcing function for thoracolumbar. It's a forcing function for the VA to actually evaluate radiculopathy. Oh, please load. Don't be stupid. Okay, there we go. So evidence review, diagnosis, tons of diagnosis for the back. Scroll down, medical history. Yep. Range of motion. Yes, the back DBQ is pretty big. You're going to see a section in here titled Radiculopathy. There we go. Section 8. Radiculopathy. Bam. So although it's on the same DBQ, CMP examiners don't always go through the DBQ. I know that sounds wild. So if you have that, make sure you claim it and get what you're rightfully deserved. Okay. All right. Live life. Any new partnerships with medical professionals? If you're talking about Nexus letters, I want to be very clear here. I really don't even consider Nexus letters until people have been denied. And then depends on the reason for denial. I don't want you to think that you have to have a Nexus letter with your claim, because you don't. I never use one. My friends never used one. However, sometimes, especially for appeals, you'll really see that be not required, but needed specifically for supplementals, and especially the Board of Appeals. But with that said, just the 3 in the description. There is AME, which is a bit on the expensive side, but they're very, very fast turnover. You have Dr. Sharma, physician, psychiatrist, and then Dr. Patel, who is a physician. Okay, Underwood. I've been stuck in step 5 rating since June 5th. Is that normal? Yes, it's very normal. June 5th. Be honest with you, dude, that's not even that long of a time. I hate saying that, but it's just... I wouldn't even be worried about my time frame until I hit 9 months. 9 months on a claim, that's when I start making calls personally. Until then, dude, you're just in the hang on tight, because you are on the ride, man. You are on the ride. Okay. Gabapen. There we go. Yes. Okay, so looking at these, Gabapentin is the only one that I'm familiar with, but that has very, very, very strong correlation to sleep apnea, not just obesity, but to sleep apnea. I think you're going to be fine. Now, to be real with you, dude, Jason, sleep apnea secondary claims to mental health are like a coin flip, okay? We can submit 10 of them, and 5 will be service connected, and 5 won't. It's almost 50-50. At least that's what I see. No, I don't think that's right, but that's what it seems like when it comes to sleep apnea secondary claims. All right, thanks for doing these live streams, Clay. Good stuff. Hey, thank you for joining, dude. Make sure you join Discord. Make sure you link your account, say what's up, do all the things. I'm trying to do these every Sunday. It's just I just started a master's program, dude, and it's getting a little heavy, to be honest with you. Okay, filed a claim a year after discharge was denied due to not got a CMP exam. I'm going to assume you mean you didn't go to your CMP exam. Was diagnosed in service for depression. Can I do a supplemental and collect 18 years of back pay? No. No, you cannot. You have to do a supplemental appeal, okay? But there's no back pay for you for that at all. I know that's not the answer that you want, but that is the answer. You can do an intent to file, get your evidence ready, and you'll have back pay to the intent to file date, not a second earlier. All right, Ben Sims. That said, I filed the HLR reviewer, said I would get a new CMP exam, but I haven't seen anything happen. The review's on the 28th. Yeah, it's going to be HLRs. When you have your higher level review and it gets kicked back to development, you're back in the claims process, standard development. It's going to take, you're back in the process, dude. Yep. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you for coming to the stream. If there's no questions, there's no stream. Remember that. Okay. What should I do if I filed for somatic dysfunction? Yep. And the VA ordered a SSD exam. Billy Hartman, did you talk about this on Discord? Let me check, because one, I have tons of questions for you. Tons. What you could do right now, at least, is call the VA and just ask, get that straightened out. Let me go to... Send me a DM on Discord, Billy, because I have tons of questions for you. But to answer your question, absolutely call the VA, see what's going on. I wonder if you have any other mental health conditions that they reordered an exam for. That's my fear, really. I don't want to fearmonger you, but that's my initial thought. Definitely message me on Discord because I want to see. I want to see that for sure. Okay. I have chocolate milk because I'm a child, so let me drink this real quick. Okay. Do you ever use Space A at 100% disabled vet? I haven't. There's a whole Facebook group that really loves Space A. People really take advantage of weird things. That's one of them. But people have said that they really enjoy using Space A, but you have to have a very flexible schedule because it's not really concrete flight times. How do I find the literature to support hypertension secondary to PTSD? Yeah, okay, so 2 things here. One, Mayo Clinic would be I'm going to give you an answer because you asked for it. Mayo Clinic would be where I would go. 2, look through BVA appeals. You can search through appeals, and I would specifically look at hypertension secondary to PTSD. And 3, the regional office does not give 2 diddly squats about whatever study or literature or medical journal you are going to give, and that's just the truth. Okay, the Board of Appeals is a different story, but at that point, you would get a Nexus letter anyways, or at least I would recommend you get a Nexus letter if you're going to the Board of Appeals. For every other type of claim, man, I mean this in the most literal sense possible. It doesn't matter. whatever piece of literature you're about to find does not matter. Your CMP examiner doesn't care, and the RO doesn't care. Regional office. That's just, those are the facts, man. I know people will preach, do all these things and get this for your claim and submit all this extra evidence. It means absolutely nothing at the regional office level. But to answer your question, that's where I would go, is Mayo Clinic and then the Board of Veteran Appeals, and really search that. There's actually a tool. I know you don't like that answer at all. I'm going to show you this tool if I can find it. Hopefully I can find it, because I'm going to spend some time looking at this right now. Okay, let's go back to the YouTubes. I'm going to just bear with me here, and I will find this video for you. It's a tool from a attorney office, a firm that here it is. Bam. That's easy. Oh no, that's not what I want to do. Okay. That is a tool of an attorney office. You can watch that, use the tool. Super. It's really good to find out exactly what you want. Okay. Victor Mesa says, my claim moved to rating Friday. I was never conducted a CMP exam for one of the claim conditions. Why do you think that happened? I called when original scheduling the CMPs, and they said they'll send it later. Yeah, Victor. So two things. One, you had the evidence for a fully developed claim. That's probably not the case because you're asking the question. What's most likely is you didn't get a CMP exam because it's probably going to be denied. Okay. I really know that's not the answer you want to hear. Now, I don't know the answer because I don't have your evidence in front of me, but those are my guesses. Of all the claims I've seen, those are my guesses. Hey, thank you very much, dude. No one has to donate on the lives. I definitely appreciate that. I saw your other one as well. I'll go ahead and answer your question, but you don't have to do that. Okay. But thank you. I'm 100% P&T. My wife is trying to use DEA, but it doesn't cover tuition. No, it won't cover tuition at all. It just gives you a stipend, like the 14. Yeah. I thought it covers it. OG. No, it doesn't cover it at all. It's just a stipend. 1448, I believe, is what that number is. Could be higher though here in the future. But yeah, man. Congrats to your P&T. But Chapter 35, I mean, $1,400 a month non-taxable is pretty dope. So don't hate on it too hard. Okay, what are the strongest claims that cause hypertension as a secondary condition, such as tinnitus, TBI, fibro, etc.? So anything that constricts your blood vessels, right? So obesity is going to be one. That's not a disability. It's recognized as an intermediate step. That's one really good one. And anxiety, right? On the anxiety side of the house. So outside, you're calm, cool, collected, but inside, your body is all tensed up, okay? And that's going to constrict some blood vessels there, and that could lead to hypertension, heart conditions, kidney conditions, strokes, a bunch of other things. All right. Is it peer meeting if you file for radiculopathy and sciatica? So those are the same thing, Tracy M. Same. Okay. Radiculopathy is a type of nerve damage of the sciatic nerve. There are, I want to say, neuralgia and something else. I don't know if it's neuropathy or not. Fact check me on that. I have a video somewhere on radiculopathy and the diagnostic codes for that, but those are the same thing. So is it pyramiding? Not necessarily. They're just the same thing. It's like saying 6 or half a dozen. Same. For VA rating purposes. Okay. Meber. All right. Hey, Clay. What's up? I'm about to start my BDD process in October. Congrats to you. Congrats on that new chapter of life. Okay. Intend to file But for GI issues, so your intent to file doesn't matter if you're doing a BDD claim. It's just 6 to 3 month window. Submit the BDD claim. Your intent to file is the day you leave the military, terminal not included. So whatever day you are ominous dominus, a real person. Side note, this is the first time this channel has ever hit 200 viewers during a live stream when it's just me. When I have someone else on, everyone wants to see them and not me. So awesome. This is a benchmark. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Man, I feel really good right now. Okay. Back to answering your question. I'm sorry. Squirrel, right? I cannot get seen until November. Will me not filing? No. Okay. So for beat, I'm going to say something, and I need everyone to understand this is for BDD claims only. BDD, my wife texted me. BDD claims only. If that's not you, close your ears, okay? So for BDD claims, you really don't need any evidence from service to be service connected during a BDD claim process. Is it preferred? Obviously, okay? You want to submit your evidence-based claims, but for you in this case, submit for your GI issues, GERD, IBS, hemorrhoids, whatever you have going on, just submit it all. Boom, all in one go. Submit it right now. And if you have GERD, you maybe have documented symptoms. Maybe the CMP examiner can do some tests. Whatever it looks like, that BDD time frame is like the golden child of VA disability claims. Once you pass BDD claim, you're in the 1 year window, not presumptives. People think 1 year window means presumptive. It doesn't. Okay. There are some like tinnitus and hearing loss, but not everything. That 1 year window is still good. That's the second best time to file. So you're going to be fine no matter what. File everything for BDD. Once you pass that 1 year mark, you are with the rest of us degenerates, fighting uphill battles because let's be real, veterans lack evidence from service. And that's probably the number one issue. That's not really the VA's fault. It's not really our fault either. I think it's a cultural thing within the military that kind of gets a little philosophical. We'll tabletop that. But yeah, Billy, awesome. Thank you. Remember to hit the thumbs up. Yes, Outlaw, thank you very much. Appreciate that. We're going to be opening up the chat here soon. Hope that's some Nesquik. No, it's just milk and chocolate syrup. It's just chocolate milk. Okay, now I'm going to drink some more. Hold on, you got to give me a second. Okay. VA acknowledged evidence of participation in TERA. Yep. Denied sleep apnea and hypertension claim. Hypertension would be very, very difficult. I've never seen it. I'm not saying it's impossible. I've never seen it. Sleep apnea, I have seen 3 times now. I seen it once, and then I made a video saying I saw it once, and then two people sent me other TERA service connections for sleep apnea. What would be additional steps to connect sleep apnea to Gulf War service? Okay, I'm going to show you a video too because I'm about to open up the chat. But I'm going to explain it. I'm going to give you the synopsis, and then for the details, you can really look at this. You have to not just say you were exposed, but describe your exposure. And if you didn't have constant exposure, not a big deal. You might want to go a secondary route. But if you had constant exposure, so for instance, sleeping 100 meters away from a burn pit is a lot different than you're the person burning feces, day in, day out for 7 months. That exposure is drastically different. So really describe your exposure. And if that's not you, okay, if that's not you, then you might want to look at secondary because to be real with you, that's going to be difficult, okay? But it depends on your evidence. Everyone's different. It's not the same whatsoever. So that's a synopsis version of that, but definitely look into that. Okay, if you put intent to file 6 months after a pump because you were not intelligent, that's fine. But now you are intelligent. Does back pay go to the end of the orders from deployment? I'm going to assume you're a reservist, and it's the intent to file. Okay. Mark Schwartz, fellow vets, hit the thumbs up. Hey, thank you for that. Boom, hit the thumbs up. It's 9:30. Let me switch this real quick. I'm not going to go anywhere. I just need to click a few different things and switch this and make it open. Customization, anyone, save. Okay, it should be good now. All right, going down the list. This message is for Nuclear Chicken. Need to know if he has gone nuclear. That's funny. Yep. Great. Okay, cool. Awesome. Jessica says, if I provided a private DBQ with the initial claim, is it normal for VA to schedule CMP? It is normal. And it depends on, this is why I always say Nexus letters for initial claims is the best and worst evidence. Another reason why I don't recommend private DBQs or Nexus letters during initial claims. This is a good reason why. There's still good evidence, but it's not a slam dunk. Nothing's a slam dunk claim. To answer your question, yes, it's normal. There are many factors, many factors that go to. I got a funny DM from a member in Discord that goes to inside the DBQ. Excuse me. So, for instance, if they didn't review your all of your relevant medical evidence, that would be a reason to schedule a DBQ. Now, I'm going to give you a real answer on what I think happened. Is the VA is scheduling unwarranted CMP exams once again, and I would call the VA and ask them why it was scheduled and say that you did submit a fully developed claim. I'm assuming it is. If it's not, you have no leg to stand on. If it is a fully developed claim, you have the DBQ. It could just be for another opinion. DBQs, so you have public DBQs, which are ones we get. Then you have DBQs the VA use, and you'll see, medical opinion and DBQ listed on the VA form there. Okay. I have submitted a claim for hypertension 3 times last 8 years. They will not give me a CMP. What to do? Definitely let me see. You're a member, so make sure you hop in Discord. Upload your decision letter, the first one specifically. I would like to see that. And I want to know if you're diagnosed. That's my number one question. Are you diagnosed? And then there's some other factors that we'll get into after I see the decision letter, but it's difficult for me to comment on that without seeing the decision letter at least. Make sure you redact the PII. There's tons of PII on there. Just need the snippet that says favorable findings, nothing else. All right, Sean Edwards, thank you very much, brother. I definitely appreciate that. You're a member and the donation. You don't have to do that, but I definitely appreciate it. All right, just keep denying me. Yep, make sure you hit me up in Discord. OJ Wild, thank you. I definitely appreciate that. I don't know what happened. Okay, let me start this. We have a lot of donations. I'm going to go say thank you to everyone, and then we'll get back on track with everyone's stuff. So OJ, thank you very much. John Sullivan, I'm on you. I'll come right back. Okay. For everyone who's donating, you absolutely do not have to do that. I will answer your questions. It's just going to take me a minute. Okay. John Sullivan, thank you. I'm about to answer your question. I definitely appreciate that. Motorcycles and Art, sweet name. Thank you for being a member. Welcome. Make sure you download Discord. Okay. Discord is right here. You go to the channel, bam, you can download Discord. Non-members can also join the server too. I should definitely say that. Okay, Angela B, thank you for being a moderator and a donation. You really don't have to do that. Appreciate it. D Juso, thank you. Thank you. Seriously, appreciate that. And again, Motorcycles and Art, thank you. 2-time. Hey, Clay, looks like my old 70% PTSD rating will fall in new 100% mental health rating. Should I seek therapy or just ask for reevaluation? Okay. That's a very big question. I'm going to answer it though. One, I would use April 2025 as a planning factor. It doesn't mean it's going to be final. And two, I would do an intent to file. So when you have an intent to file, when there's a rating schedule change, your intent to file prior to the schedule change, and then if you submit your claim, let's say this microphone is the effective date of the change, intent to file is over here, the change happens, then you submit your claim, the VA must take the higher of the rating. I did a video on that. It's M21 TAC 1 code. I totally forgot which one it is, but it's in there. I promise you can find the video in there to find that actual reference. So that's the best thing to do for anyone looking at taking advantage of rating changes, specifically for mental health, because sleep apnea sucks. Tinnitus, I don't think tinnitus is that bad. Mental health, I honestly don't think it's favorable, but it could be. That would be step one, is have the intent to file. Step two, exactly what you just said, by seeking therapy. One, healthcare is important. Don't forget that. Another thing on that is, yes, you want evidence. Even if it's for an increase, I still tell veterans to submit an evidence-based claim for increases, period. Always, 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 always. Okay, John Sullivan, thank you, by the way, everyone. I definitely appreciate that. All right, John Sullivan says, I lost my place here. I'm an idiot. I'm at 100% P&T. Congrats to you, dude. I know you went to the Louisville Claim Clinic. I hope that was a result of that. Dude, I'm so pumped for you. And still waiting on 15 more claims for decision and ratings. That's a lot. I got a 7% mental health and several other conditions rated at 50 each. Should I try SMC 160? For that specific rule you're speaking about, you have to have one claim at 100%. One single claim at 100%. It's not, you can never truly get to 100% unless you have a 100% rating. For instance, let's say you have technically a 96.5%. There is 3.5% left. So then you do 50% of that. So it's like 1 point, whatever the thing is. And then it gets down to decimals, whatever, VA math, right? You're taking half of the pie. So the answer is no, based on what you have here. The answer is no, you cannot. Okay, Angela. Hey, Clay, I submitted for my C file and it was denied because I didn't sign the FOIA. Yeah, you're going to have to sign that. I'm pretty sure I did, so now I have to do it again. After months of waiting, can I do this online? You can submit it via Quick Submit. Okay, so make sure you sign that in wet pen. What I would do personally is just sign it and mail it in. That's what I would do. Because that's what the FOIA or the C file request says to do, but you can submit it via Quick Submit. All right, cool. Another SW fan. Oh, Star Wars. Yeah. I tried to. Here, I'll put my light on the back there. Look at that. Look at all those stupid things back there. Okay, my wife's real proud of me. She's real proud. Okay. We got a few more. Let me get to these as well. You don't have to do this. I appreciate it. Spurs up, sir. Awesome. Thank you very much. Railroad Man. I remember you. Give me an update on what happened. That was, man, I talked to you like a year and a half ago. Pretty sure you're the South Carolina dude. And then Lori T. Thank you very much just for support. No questions. I love you, Lori. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right, let's get to, we were on Sean Edwards here. Boom. Thanks for doing these live chats and helping with the veteran community. No sweat, dude. Thank you. Okay, we're about to hit the non-member, so we'll get there. You do not have to donate. Don't do it. I'll get to your question. When filing secondary claims, does C&P examiner review your VA medical file to locate diagnosis? Do we just need to submit personal buddy statements? Okay. Two things here. One, I hate statements. I really do. I think YouTube, I call statements a YouTube phenomenon because YouTube puts way too much emphasis on statements when in reality, most statements that I see are absolutely worthless. And I mean that not in a nice way. Two, the C&P examiner sees what the VA sends them. So the VA sends the company a contract to fulfill. Hey, I need X, Y, Z. And then they send the relevant medical evidence. So two things here. One, let's assume the VA sent all the relevant medical evidence. Does that happen all the time? No, it does not. Is that wrong? Yes, it is. Okay. Let's assume that they do. The C&P examiner reviews what the VA sent them. So if your diagnosis is in there, along with other evidence, they already have it. And in fact, if they are what they already have, they're most likely not going to ask you a question because they can complete the DBQ with the provided evidence, probably. There's so many factors that go into that. I'll hit on the statements here in right now. Statements are really good lay evidence. So statements are not to be used in lieu of, right? Hey, I don't have medical evidence. No big deal. I'll write a statement. Does not work like that. Your statements need to support the evidence you already have. Also, statements go to the VA, not the C&P examiner. If your C&P examiner does not give two squats about your statement or your buddy letter or anything else, they're looking at medical evidence, period. The VSR, the one who adjudicates your claim, probably doesn't really care about your statements. You're really going to see statements shine in appeals, specifically HLR. And then the Board of Appeals will have more weight to statements versus your regional office. That last part there is my opinion about the statements carrying more weight in the Board of Appeals. But that's the truth about statements, man. I think people put way too much emphasis on statements. So keep that in mind. Okay. Take two. Hold on. Take two rutabagas and call me in the morning. Okay, brother. How do I find a PACT Act TERA location had issues prior to the effective date? Yeah. Okay, 1985, you're not going to qualify for PACT Act. I can tell you that. TERA, anyone does. Those are two separate things. PACT Act way over here, TERA way over there. Very, very separate. If you were exposed to toxins and chemicals and whatever else, you're going to qualify for TERA. Now, I would recommend you get evidence of your exposure, especially we're talking about 40 years ago. But I'm going to answer your question really so everyone can see this too. How do you find out if you are about PACT Act dates and times? I'm just going to Google PACT Act VA. Make sure you click the VA link. Don't click any of this other baloney links that you see down here. You want a va.gov link. Imagine that. Okay, here we go. So Gulf War era post 9/11. So here are your cancers and illnesses. Oh, you can't see that because I'm an idiot. I'll go back up to the top. Hold on. Here it is. Boom. I clicked the link that you were looking at. Scrolling down, you'll see these boxes. So we're looking at Gulf War post 9/11 for PACT Act. Here are your cancers and your illnesses. And then there's a list. Asthma is very, very common. So is sinusitis and rhinitis. Those are very common. And then for countries, you'll see on or after those locations, and then on or after. It also it says airspace. I don't know why it doesn't say it here, but it says it in the VA's PDF. The VA's ability to push information is absolute dog water. If there's a chance that a VA public affairs officer or public relations is looking at this, y'all need to do better at pushing information because you suck. For instance, The waterways, Gulf of Oman, Gulf of Aden, the Red Sea are also included in this, but it's not listed here. It's listed on the PDF document. What the heck, dude? Okay. Anyways, to answer your question, that's where. I know that doesn't pertain to you because those dates are off, but everyone rates TERA. If you were exposed to toxins, prove your exposure, detail exposure. Don't leave it up for question, and then that's how you can be considered for TERA. All right, good question though. Great question. The donut man. Yeah, I'm in. Thanks, Clay. Hey, what's up? Kobe Jenkins. If I'm already service connected 90% from my honorable active duty contract and get OTH or dishonorable from the reserves, would I lose my rating? Nope. So each time you do an enlistment, I assume you're enlisted, each 4-year period or whatever your contract is, you're actually discharged and then you re-enlist. So whatever benefits are earned during that, they're earned. So you can have, so and so many discharges, and then you'll be good. Whatever happened on the OTH, though, that service is no-go, okay? All right, thanks, Clay. You motivated me to file for my proper rating. Awesome. I love seeing that. Congrats to you. Been at 20%. We have some more donations. I'll get to those in a second. Since 07, filed first claim late August, now at 80% with CMP exams this week for PTSD, chronic, and IBS. Okay, so I think we have all of those. For you, I'm going to link all of these for you. Those reconditions are a lot, so I'm not going to explain it to them. But for your CMP exam, I'm going to link, hit this sweet little beautiful playlist here, and you go to this little beautiful playlist here called VA Disability Ratings, and you have IBS. That's one of them. All right, I'll link that in here for you. A little one-stop shop. You don't even have to search it yourself. I got you. IBS. We have mental health as it stands right now. This is the 70% criteria. 50% is almost the exact same, just not as severe symptoms. That's mental health. And the last one was rhinitis. And Jay has a rhinitis claim. I sent you the wrong. I need to get that out of this playlist. Don't look at that IBS video. That was 7 months ago. That was pre-IBS changes. IBS new. Look at that. That's what you want to look at. Excuse me. Sorry. I definitely apologize for that. Let me look at the rhinitis one. It's somewhere in here. Where is Jay's rhinitis video? Big block letters said rhinitis. Man, what a dummy dumb. Okay. And here's your rhinitis. Sorry that took me so long. There we go. Let me actually go back and see if I can't delete that comments of the wrong IBS video. I don't want someone to look at that and be confused. Can I delete it? I can. What a genius, man. Okay. All right. Boom. Okay, back on track. Hello from East Texas. Hello, what's up? How's it going? Okay, we got some donations. You don't have to donate. I want everyone to understand that. I appreciate it, but that's not the standard, okay? All right, Angel Janeo. I know I didn't say that right. Apologize. Hello, Clay. Did a couple of CMPs. Now I'm on step 5 of 8. However, 2 of my claims, PTSD and sleep apnea, no CMP yet. Will they rate the ones? Okay, maybe. Very, very common, especially now, to see deferred claims, meaning the VA, let's say you have 8 claims over here and 2 claims, your PTSD and sleep apnea, are over here. If the VA is ready for a decision, what's going to happen is your claims go to a VSR and they can defer these 2, but then adjudicate these 8. And then you'll have a deferment, which is nothing bad. It just means the VA needs more time to develop. Very, very common. I would expect that actually in this case. And it depends on like what else you submitted as well and many, many other factors. But yes, they absolutely can, or they also cannot. They can just say, it's not going to be that long. You know, this veteran can wait it out. So it just depends. It's based on this comment alone, it seems like they're going to have a deferment. Kelly and dude, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Seriously. Douglas, welcome to the channel. Be sure to download Discord. Once again, for those who do not know where the Discord link is at, if you click on the world's most mediocre YouTube channel ever, you click this link right here, boom, it says Discord. You can even click the link to the links, and then there's the Discord link right there. It's a forever link, thanks to Nuclear Chicken. All right, Secret Sauce. Dude, thank you. Long-time fan of the channel here. Appreciate that. When and where is the next public VA thing where you can be seen, rated same day? The only one I can confirm for sure is next summer at the VFW's National Convention. The DAV had one in Arizona in August. I really don't know when the next federal claim clinic is going to be. I haven't really looked into that much either, so it could be next weekend. I have no idea. But yeah. Okay, Donald, do you think the VA compensation payments for October will be delayed? Lots of news story. I don't know why I'm still sharing my screen. Lots of news stories about this. I've covered the news stories about this on the channel as well. Here's my honest opinion. No, I don't. What I do think is each side of the aisle is going to do both. One, pin the blame on the other, and then 2, take credit for whatever piece of legislation comes out. So there's a bill in the Senate and there's a bill in the House. For instance, the video I shared, the title was Republicans, lead VA benefit repair bill, whatever it's called. You're going to see a lot of articles like that. You're also going to see a lot of articles that say Democrats in the Senate lead the VA, the VBA, budget shortfall fix, whatever. That's going to happen. They're both going to pin blame and they're both going to take credit for it. But my honest opinion is our checks will not be delayed. If they are, it'll be the November 1st payment. So we're going to know well in advance. On September 21st, we will know the answer to that question. But we all know in election year, no one's got the cojones to do that. And Secret Sauce, again, dude, appreciate that. You don't have to do that. Without the C file or obvious conditions like blindness, where can we see a static condition list? There is no static condition list, okay? I just put out, you're not a member, I'm going to show you the video that's going to come out. It talks about static conditions. Right here, it comes out. Well, now the channel won't tell me. Let me go to my studio here. That video comes out September 12th. Synopsis, you really want to show a chronic condition over time. And that's going to really, really paint the picture for that static condition. Now, there are conditions that are inherently static. Basically, any musculoskeletal condition, like your back's not going to heal over time, that's going to be static, okay? Okay, and then we got another one. Then we're going back to the chat. All right, you don't have to do this. I appreciate it. Seriously, thank you. I just got to 100, but also have 2 CMP exams this week. Should I cancel them or follow through? Follow through. Same thing happened to me, okay? Go to your CMP exams. Be properly rated. You submitted the claims. I assume you have the evidence. It's not a big deal. You can definitely not stress about it because who cares, right? You're already, I'm going to assume you're PNT. If you're not PNT, that changes because now these two really do matter because those static conditions could push you to the PNT mark. But I'm going to assume you're PNT because of the way you worded that question. Okay, it's that time. So how does questions get answered on Discord? Let me pull it up first because I want to make sure I don't show something that someone want me to show. Okay, this is fine. I'll show this. Oh, can I even share my Discord? I'm about to share my whole screen, aren't I? Share screen. No, I can share Discord. Okay, so this is the lovely Discord. On the left hand here, you join. You see the introduction. There's a whole video. That's not mine. It's a whole video on how to link your Discord account to YouTube. Do this. Then you go to ask your questions right there. Boom, you can ask me questions. You can upload all kinds of stuff. We talk about healthcare, big piece of healthcare, and then member video request. That's how Discord works. Okay. Let's get back to showing my beautiful mug right here. And then I need to get this back up and running. Bam, bam. Okay. All right. CAC. Service connected for 20% right knee, 30% left knee, 10 hypertension, 50 sleep apnea, 10 right hand laceration. Oh, I see. Okay. Because that's your 80% rating from your previous chat. Okay. All right. Drone Outlook. Hey, Clay, after a year of gathering evidence and going through the process, I'm in the rating phase. Thanks for being there for my journey. Dude, thank you. That's really what it's all about is doing really stupid YouTube videos so veterans actually get the help to, enable you to do your claim on yourself. That's what it's all about. All right. Derek, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Says I'm at 90% denied for sleep apnea, secondary to left ankle, left or foot, and tinnitus. I had sleep study and CPAP from the VA, Nexus letter from IMO, buddy, and lay statements. Should I move to HLR? Okay, couple things here. Your lay statements mean nothing to a sleep apnea secondary claim. They mean nothing. So that's completely irrelevant. Don't even matter what the circumstance is. Your friends and yourself cannot speak on secondary service connection. Now, your Nexus letter is a different story. Okay. I would like to know the reason for denial. For instance, if you're obese. Okay. I'm going to say it a specific way because I want people to understand. So don't take offense. If you're fat because you fail to diet, fail to work out, fail to do anything else, the VA is going to use that as competing evidence and deny your claim for sleep apnea every single time. If you are obese because of your ankle, your foot, maybe your tinnitus, maybe you got something else going on, medications contributing to that, all of a sudden obesity is recognized by the VBA, and now you can have your intermediate step to sleep apnea. That's a much stronger argument. So that's just one example of what could happen. Now, to answer your question, anytime someone submits a Nexus letter, and I'm going to assume this was in your first time claiming sleep apnea, I always recommend a higher level review. Always. And that assumes your Nexus letter is good. Okay. Which is a bad Nexus letter is that's a whole like 10-minute conversation from there. Okay. Let's see, CMP for PTSD MST. I hate to hear this, but I wish you the best. In my DBQ current diagnosis, it lists PTSD, MDD, recurrent severe insomnia, medical condition, back pain. These pretty solid secondaries to go after. I think what you're asking is depression and your insomnia secondary to PTSD, and that's not the case. They're for VA rating purposes, those are the exact same thing. MST is not a claim. It's PTSD due to MST. That's kind of the trigger event, obviously, would be a very big one. But yeah, for those claims, those are the same thing. Now, if you're asking if you can do secondaries off of PTSD, MDD, and insomnia, the answer is yes. But like everything else, you need evidence indicating the secondary exists in the first place. Okay, let's get back to right here. Along for the ride. What can you do if your record for an in-service event is unreadable because of poor handwriting? So a question there, can you read it? Because you know it's the in-service event. So if you can read it, that tells me it's good enough. If you haven't even submitted the claim yet and you're just kind of freaking out, I would just submit the claim specifically with that document you're talking about, let the VA do VA things. It tells me that someone can read it because you know your in-service event is there. And surely there would be something else indicating it, right? So for an exit exam, if you check yes to any of these boxes, please briefly describe, and then you write, I had migraines once, or whatever it is you're going to say. So there would definitely probably be other evidence that would prompt the provider to make the remark in the first place. I'm not a doctor, FYI. Hey Clay, 6 months after exiting service, I have complained about my back to VA, no complaints in service. They gave me an ICD code and have 4 buddy statements still denied after either no CMP exam. Higher level review for sure. Higher level review. You have a diagnosis 6 months after service and you don't have a CMP exam, something's wrong there. Within that 1 year, especially for musculoskeletal conditions, it's likely, like let's say you have an x-ray, you have like musculoskeletal condition damage doesn't happen overnight. And so you're able to tell, when I say you, I mean doctors are able to guesstimate, hey, this has been happening over a span of period of time. That's why they're easy to service connect within that 1 year window. Something went wrong here based on this comment alone. Something went wrong here. Absolutely do a higher level review. It's going to be a duty to assist error. Probably. Okay, is it a good sign if they did a CMP exam with just my medical records only for PTSD? I mean, yeah. I don't know what else they would use. The event's going to be verified and confirmed by the VA. The diagnosis is going to be verified and confirmed by the VA through the CMP exam, and they would use your medical records for that. So the answer is yes. If there's something else going on here, let me know. All right, hello Clay. What does unspecified anxiety disorder mean? It means you have anxiety and it's unspecified. Okay, it can mean many things. Many things for VA rating purposes. It means mental health, which is the general rating formula for mental health. I'm going to show you what that looks like. We'll go to the Gunny Google here. Unspecified anxiety disorder, 3A CFR, ECFR. It doesn't matter. It's going to fall under one of these diagnostic codes, and those are going to fall under this rating criteria right here for mental health. Okay. If you're looking for a medical answer, it would be wrong of me to even comment on that. Okay, I just got dependent denied and then approved with HLR within 4 days. See, that's so wild. How can I would like to know what actually happened to deny that dependent claim, because clearly something went wrong. Some would say the VA is not doing what they're supposed to be doing. I wouldn't say it, but saying some would say that. All right, let me drink some more of my chalky milk here. I'll mute the mic. Oh, dude, that's some good stuff. All right. Whew. Okay. If I don't get 100% on my first round with PTSD, I don't see another comment from you. But 100% for PTSD is not common at all. I would even say it's rare. Okay. Yoga. Hard to see. Is it normal to have CMP for something not claimed? Kind of. It depends. Background submitted a claim for tinnitus, but they sent me for a CMP. Yes, very common. That's the second time where I'm seeing today. So same thing happened with a veteran for Meniere's, and now we see it for TBI. They're following that proposed tinnitus criteria everyone's been talking about. The VA does not establish the medical community's consensus. They just kind of fall in line with it. Tinnitus is a symptom of an underlying condition. And for you, that seems that you had some kind of head trauma in your record somewhere that would provoke or prompt the VA to schedule that. All right. Ramiro Ortiz says denied allergic rhinitis, documented in STR and ongoing care after denial stated no in-service complaints, but CMP examiner diagnosed me with AR. I guess that's allergic rhinitis. What's the next step? Yeah, you need to show how your rhinitis stems from service. It seems like it doesn't seem like that. If it's documented in your service treatment records and you know it's in there, higher level review, informal conference, be ready to speak about that evidence. That's a super easy fix. If you don't have evidence from your service treatment records, that gets a little bit more difficult. You need to look at evidence other than medical for rhinitis. That would be very difficult to do. But yeah, I would do it based on this comment alone. I would do a higher level review, informal conference, and speak on your evidence from service. All right. Feet Funkerson. Funny name. How do I get the results from what the MH doctor wrote? I don't see it in my Healthy Vet. I'm going to assume you're talking about your CMP examiner and it won't be there. You're going to have to request your CMP exam results or you do a FOIA for your C file. But VBA is VBA way over there, and VHA is VHA way over there. In fact, they're not even in the same house. Okay, completely separate houses, and they hate each other. They don't speak. Dejusa says denied for migraines as well as sleep apnea secondaries. I assume you mean secondary to mental health. I could potentially submit an IMO for the migraines, but have no further evidence for sleep apnea. Already submitted IMO, supplemental HLR. I would do a higher level review first, personally, on the sleep apnea. For migraines, it depends. It also depends on the rationale used for the denial. And another factor to look at is, okay, we'll look at your Nexus letters to begin with. Are they good Nexus letters? Did that provider look at all your relevant medical evidence? Did they look at competing evidence? It seems like a higher level review, but there's so many factors here. It's difficult for me to speak on it, but in general, that would be my advice. James Little, 100% P&T. Congrats to you. And I have enough evidence for a mental health claim. Do you think it's good to go for it or to stay where I'm at? Thanks for all you do. So you're going to get different answers on this. Most people will say don't poke the bear. I hate that phrase. I prefer veterans be properly rated. However, if that mental health claim would do nothing for you, meaning SMCs, okay, I wouldn't touch it, right? To give you some personal experience, I have some things I could claim, and it doesn't even bother me. I'm not going to whatsoever, personally. Now, if SMCs were involved, that's a different story. All right, and that's my opinion. That's not the right answer. That's my opinion, okay? You do what you feel is right. 20 days in for my mental health claim. Did my CMP last Thursday, and now I'm on stage 5. Prep for PFD with what I believe is a fully submitted claim. My question is, my claim near finish? Yes, your claim's near the finish. Your claim is near the finish. I've seen FTC claims specifically for mental health, just like this one, done in 6 days was the fastest one. And so, yes, if you're in PFD, it's a fully developed claim. Usually, when that happens fast, it's favorable. Usually. Okay, Sean Andrews. I was denied for mental health due to lacking a Nexus. There's another reason in there too, right? If there's no Nexus, there's probably a lack of evidence from service or a lack of current diagnosis. When I received the exam results, I found that the examiner didn't check either less likely or at least as likely. What does your favorable finding say in your decision letter? 1. But based on this comment, I would do a higher level review. That's simply based on this comment alone. I don't have much to go off of, but that's what my instinct tells me to do is HLR. However, if your favorable findings say you have the in-service event and they say you have the current diagnosis, or you have both of those, HLR without a doubt, HLR. Angel, what's up again? Hello. Had multiple CMP exams done. My claims on the app show I'm on step 5 of 8. However, still haven't done CMP exams. We answered this one. Got it. It is 10:12. I'm going to go for about 15 more minutes, and then we'll dip out of here, okay? All right, VK, spouse worked connections in the Marines, never went to sit call or have an exit exam. He has AFib. What can he claim? I'm going to assume I don't want to say that. Okay, what can anyone claim from service? I'm going to reword your question there. VK, anything, right, that led to a disability that your spouse currently has. Anything from service that led to that condition, you should claim it. Think head to toe, claim it. Look at the master condition list video. I'll shoot that to you in the comments here. You want to see something mediocre, you go to CivDivOnline.com. That's some mediocre stuff. Let's go to BDD claims. It's not a BDD, but the video's here. It's easier to search for it like this. Okay, I'll share this link. Put this bad boy in the comments. Watch that. It goes over the master condition list. That's what you can claim. Okay. Where do you upload decision letter in Discord? Yeah, so it'll say uploads and links. I'll pull it up for you just so you can see it. Boom, 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 boom. I have to reshare my screen. Boom, 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 boom. All right. So members only on the left, you see general chat, ask your questions, then you see uploads and links. Make sure you redact. So like this person redacted any of the PII there. Make sure you redact the PII. That's critical. If you don't, I'm going to delete it as fast as I see it, or a moderator will. So redact the PII. It's important. But yes, that is where you do that. Okay, and then send me in for the other two. Yes, we answer that one. They might. Yes, I'm diagnosed with hypertension on 5 meds. Okay, definitely I want to see that decision letter. We answered that earlier. Pam John says, after 40 years of just sucking it up, hubby has finally admitted he has hurt ever since his service. Very common. Okay, I promise he's not alone. His private medical records do not mention that his service was a factor, as he did not admit such. So he still has evidence there. I would still use it, at least as far as diagnosis goes. And then there's probably going to be evidence other than medical, if I had to take a wild guess. The thing that sucks is it's 40 years. So we're talking about the 80s. So 80s versions of record keeping. My advice to you, Pam, would be find an absolute stellar VSO. I would recommend Del K. Graham specifically to this specific audience. They help you online. Del K. Graham Veterans Foundation. I'll actually give them a little shout out right now. That is who I would recommend for this. So I want to pull this up for you. You want to go to Dale, and I'll put this in the I'll put the website in the chat for you. Boom. You want to click start a claim. I'm gonna put this in the chat for you. They're an accredited VSL, if you're wondering. Okay, there we go. That's who I would use. All right, good evening. What's up? Just want to tell you that I applied for SMCT L, excuse me. And at first they denied it, but then HLR, they approved it, and I should apply for an earlier effective date, they told me. Hey, good for you, okay? When they say apply for an earlier effective date, they mean do an HLR on the effective date that was issued, probably. But hey, awesome. Congrats to you. I'm glad you're getting what you are deserved. What you deserve. All right, Jonathan Smith, presumption sinusitis with DX and surgery denied, saying no mention of headache. Doesn't make any sense at all. You either have the diagnosis for sinusitis and it's presumptive, or you don't. It's just the diagnosis that matters. As far as the rating is concerned, that's a different story. That could be possible, but how you worded it here, something is off. And so if you do rate PACT Act, make sure you rate PACT Act 1. If you do have the diagnosis, look at your favorable findings. If it's not in there, get the diagnosis, submit the appeal. Where are we at? Okay. Sean says, I have 0% rating for residuals of right ankle fracture, also claimed as tibia condition. Could this be split into 2 claims? No. How can I help him unsort this mess? Okay, Graham. Would be my recommendation. You can go to any VSO. That's what I would recommend. 257 viewers right now. The most I've ever had on a live stream at one time when it's just me by myself. When I have Dr. Sharma on here, we get pretty high numbers. But man, thank you for the benchmark. Appreciate it. You can get R1 of your disability, no severity, need help, person, 2 different disabilities. Okay. We answered that one. Awesome. Sean Harris. Hey, Clay, what is the likelihood that if I submit a supplemental claim for UF due to hypertension meds will be awarded? Should I get the frequency issue on record? Yes. Every single veteran ever who submits a claim should submit that claim with a current diagnosis. Initial claims, direct service connection, you can kind of scoot by if you have well-documented symptoms. The CMP examiner will diagnose for VA rating purposes. Not recommended, but it happens. For secondary claims, you don't have an option. Okay, you do not have an option. You must be diagnosed for that secondary. It would be, I'm going to use the word stupid. Okay, it would be really stupid to submit a secondary claim without a current diagnosis. So yes, get the diagnosis. Can Vera tell you what happened in your CMP exam? There's probably some context within that question. It's probably not to the level that you're expecting, but they can speak to you about your CMP exam results, but they don't know the ins. I mean, they're not medical professionals. They're just federal employees that work for the VA. Okay. Normal guys and gals work for the VA, no medical experience at all. So the answer is they can talk to you about the results, but as far as like what went down, probably not to the level of the answer you're seeking here. Secret sauce. Now I'm making some assumptions there because I don't know the context of that, but probably. 40% back, 20% left, right side, radiculopathy, I assume. I read my decision letter and it doesn't mention bilateral factor. It's there, dude. It's there. I'm going to show you why it's there. I also made, for members, if you just became a member, you have access to the early access videos. I learned from a member that the DAV calculator is much better than Hill and Ponton's calculator, my opinion. Okay, 40% for your back, no bilateral factor. 20% left leg, 20% right leg. You have the bilateral factor, dude. Okay, it's already in there. You're rated at 64% just with those three by itself. It's there. It's not going to state bilateral because it's not a bilateral condition. Okay. It's a condition on your left side and a condition on your right side, which now brings the bilateral factor, right? It's not bilateral flat feet at 50%. Okay, but it's there, dude. Relax. You got it. Jared says, I claimed residuals, pain, broken right foot. However, after locating my records, discovered it was my left foot. The pain is in my right, though, and it was over 20 years ago. Should I stop the claim? I wouldn't say stop it. I would submit properly for your left foot. You can also call the VA if you want to change it. But there's some potential for some bilateral, right? Your left foot hurts a lot, so you overuse your right foot. That's a stretch. I'm saying that without looking at any evidence at all. That's what it seems like based on this comment. So I wouldn't stop the claim. I would just submit for the proper of your left foot. The VA is going to know what you're doing, though. You can just call them and ask. How can I relate my diagnosis of GERD to service with no in-service record of complaints? Very difficult. I have service connection for neck, shoulders, tinnitus, ankles currently. Also in process of mental health. Okay. Very, very hard. Okay. I'm going to paraphrase some things that Jason from Veterans Info Tap would probably recommend, right? If you experience severe heartburn, acid reflux, basically any GERD symptom, esophageal stricture during your service, and you were not seen for it because of whatever reason, you really need to look at evidence other than medical statements, over-the-counter medications, anything that you can show that your GERD did in fact come from service and not from somewhere else. But to be real with you, it is an uphill battle. It's not easy. You're going to have to do, it puts that much more of an emphasis on your evidence other than medical. So that's the answer. Very difficult. You got to gather the evidence that you can gather. To look at the opposite, saying, well, I don't have evidence, I'm going to submit it anyways, it's going to be denied. I mean, you need the big three. Okay. Now they're popping up. See, that's weird. They weren't popping up before. Now they are. John, Kelsey, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Should I get P&T for migraines at 50%, general anxiety at 70%, and sleep apnea at 50%? Also have IBS at 30% and tinnitus at 10%. I literally just put a video out, I think, with that same exact scenario, which is wild. The answer is yes. Let me show you. We already have the calculator up. Let me get these away. You have 50% for migraines, 70% for mental health, general anxiety, 50% for sleep apnea, 30% for so we're already at 93. Okay. 30% for IBS. Boom. There it is, brother. And then 10% icing on the cake for no reason. 100%. That answer is yes. Yes. Congrats. Early congratulations. Thank you very much, though. I definitely appreciate that. Okay, let me find where we were at. We are going to run through all the member chats and then end the stream here once I find out where I'm at. I'm just going to pick somewhere. Okay, J Sweet. I really enjoy your content a lot for straight information. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm on Reddit too, but I find a lot of information is half stories. Yeah, you'll see. Let me get out of that screen. You will see a lot of people just say things to get reactions and likes, especially on Reddit, even on YouTube. You know, people will talk about how tinnitus can get you 100%, which is the dumbest shit ever. I try not to say bad words. That really gets under my skin because it's just stupid. It's so stupid, and it gets clicks, and it gets views, and I can't stand it. And veterans are stupid, and they're gullible, and other veterans are making a buck off of it. Whatever. I'll get off my rant. Yeah, dude, it's dumb. Sorry. I try to be as real and genuine as possible. If you know who I'm talking about, just know that person can straight up eat it. Okay. I'm not mad or anything. Scrolling down for members, Claims Clinic, and there we go. Make sure that is a federal claim clinic, and they have, so when I say federal claim clinic, I mean mobile CMP exam units and VSRs that are able to adjudicate claims. That's key there. All right, Douglas, thank you for being a member again. I appreciate that. Let me scroll down. John Sullivan, I'm still waiting on a decision for Louisville. I can't physically work anymore and having bad MH issues with isolation. I see, because you asked about the 160 for SMC. Yeah, if that does become a thing, if you're eligible for that, then yes, go for it. Okay. But thank you for going to that, by the way. That's pretty cool. Yep, got that, Outlaw. Herbert C. Young. Oh, okay. That's the address. Hi, Clay. Where do I find your intermediate course on disability claims? Ooh, I will put that link. Actually, I don't think I can link it for you. I'll link the website. I don't think I can put the downloadable link in here. VA claim courses. Here's the basic. It says view products. It's free. This website I used won't let me change the wording on this, but it's free. Okay. View products, and I'm going to put both of these in here. I don't know if this will work. All right, but there's that. And then here's this one. I need to do the advanced one. It's going to be basically how to navigate and read M21 TAC 1. I still need to get on that though. Okay. Happiness. Hello. How's it going? Thanks, Clay. Will do. Awesome. Claims Clinic. Got it. Yep. Ooh, VA Housing Education with David Piatek. Awesome. VA Home Loan Guru here. You know what, David? Let me, I will link your channel because you're a real subject matter expert when it comes to VA stuff. That is for sure. VA Housing Education. Oh, look at that, dude. Look at that. Bald white dude. Nice. Pretty little face there. Thank you so much, David. Here's his channel. Show him some love. Okay. I currently have claims in for my right knee for post-traumatic arthritis, for my injury for my left knee, which affected my right knee along with it. Appropriate next letter. Yeah. You have a claim in. Yeah, so you're looking at a bilateral causation there. It's not, I wouldn't say it's common. It's definitely a possible claim. I've seen it multiple times. Okay. If your claim radiculopathy and you have hip pain included in that, do you apply for hip pain? Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Left hip, right hip, wherever that looks like for you. Yes, you do. Okay. BMAC. Dude, thank you very much. I appreciate that. You don't have to do that, but I definitely appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. Clay, what is proper FOIA form to request e-file? Jason and I just did a video on this, and I forgot what the number is. What I am going to do, though, is link a video for you because it shows you the form to use. I forgot what it's called. It's in the long form episode. Here. I'll do this for you real quick. It's where the whole frame changes, so it should be easy to find. That's it. Okay, 2543. Whatever that number says, I can't really see it. It's a little blurry right now. I got a lot of things running on my laptop. At 2543, that's the number. Let's make sure you check that out. I would Google it, but there's so many different things that it'll take me longer to find that. Hey, Feet Funkerson, thank you very much. You don't have to do that. I appreciate it. It says, when you get a certain percentage, can you apply to VEOA for the VA to pay for your education if you don't have enough GI Bill? Okay. I don't know what VEOA is. I assume you mean VR&E. Let me just make sure VEOA isn't something I don't know. Veterans Employment Opportunity Act. It's a special hiring authority. I assume you mean VR&E. All this is OPM stuff, which is obviously outside of VA. Okay, if you're talking about VR&E, yes, you can. GI Bill would just help you receive some housing while you're in that program. But yes, you can. It's not an education program. It's an employment program. But yes, you can. You need to apply for it. Applying super easy, but you need to apply for it and then be accepted. Okay, Discord for lives. Not for lives. It's just a 24/7 Q&A and I'll pop in. I'm not going to answer anyone's questions tonight on Discord. I always have like 100. So give me the rest of the week to get to them. It's going to be a lot. Is there a DBQ for chronic pain, or is it roped in with mental health? No. So not mental health. It depends on what, for instance, if it's your back, it'll be roped under the diagnostic codes. So chronic pain is a disability. You can be rated for it. The VA will rope it under a diagnostic code for that. Okay, trying to get through the rest of the members here. We have another one. Dude, thank you very much. This is pretty insane. Can you explain basic differences and benefits between MedBoard and VA claim, please? Yeah, that's super easy. MedBoard is with the DoD. You get a DoD rating for DoD purposes, whether you're medically discharged or medically retired. That's over there. VA claim is over here, and they ain't got nothing to do with each other. The processes are extremely different. They're very opposite. However, there's this little part where they overlap a little bit, okay? And you'll have this thing called an IDES, which is the Integrated Disability Evaluation System. That's probably what it stands for. IDES claim on the VA side of the house. And so as you're going through the MedBoard process, your PEBLO is going to be PEBLO. Is going to be your number one point of contact. From everything I've heard from my friends who've discharged, that PEBLO sucked. Some people go the lawyer route. I would just recommend both. I've never been to a MedBoard. But that time they overlap, you have your DoD stuff happening and your VA stuff happening, but they are very, very different. Side note, if you receive compensation from the DoD when you leave service, the VA is going to deduct that payment from your VA disability check. Fact. Okay. But good question. Thank you for asking. All right. What if you're not fat and diagnosed with OSA? Then that's a very strong correlation. Okay. So for instance, if I don't have sleep apnea, but if I did, the VA can no longer use obesity as a reason for denial. They have to deny it for a specific reason. So if you are not fat and you have sleep apnea, it's a better argument for your secondary claim. Okay, this is Nuclear Chicken here. He is the moderator for the Discord. So thank you, Nuclear Chicken. I appreciate that. I will be paying you soon for your hard work. If any members are having issues getting access to members only area on Discord after joining, feel free to ping me on Discord and I'll do what I can to help. Perfect. And that's why Nuclear Chicken's dope. Okay. It's the name that does it for me. All right. Unspecified anxiety is basically saying there are. Okay. Yeah. Exactly. For VA rating purposes, it's all the same. It's still anxiety disorder. Boom. There we go. Yep. Nope. You're good. I am an Army whack. I don't even know what that means. Vietnam era in 75. I was sexually assaulted by senior NCO from another company in Germany. MSC wasn't a thing. Retaliation was event driven. My MDD is even worth filing. Yes. I don't know if you're rated for MDD yet. If you are, that might change my answer. I'm going to assume you're not, but the answer is yes. Yes. I was able to get my symptoms added to my medical record by leveraging the messaging app in My Healthy Vet. Yes. Sending a secure message is the way to go for sure. All right, scrolling down, we're almost to the bottom here. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for being a member. Seriously, all members, thank you. I appreciate that. I think that's the last member chat. 0341. I can't not click that. I was a mortarman in the Marine Corps. Janitor job doesn't count. Gibbs. Okay. Oh, we got people talking blowing in the chat. Oh, wow. Okay. Scrolling down, I just want to make sure we don't miss any members at all. Okay, there we go. Thank you, everyone, for coming to the chat. We had 257 at our highest point. That's the largest that I've ever had on here by myself. Seriously, thank you very much for coming. I'm going to try to do these every Sunday from here on out. This is 2 Sundays in a row. I'm in grad school, so it is about my it's getting difficult, okay, to manage all this stuff. But thank you for everything. If you're waiting on the next live next Sunday, the earlier you get here, the faster I'll be able to answer everyone's questions. All right. That's all I got. I'm going to play my outro again, or I'm going to play my intro as an outro. And I need people to send me their photos of them on ship, on deployment, whatever that looks like. Send me your photos, and I will update the intro here. I'm going to show it to you what it looks like, so that way your shiny, beautiful face can be on the channel as well. But this is probably my favorite thing of the live. So see you later.
Whiskey 9 Yankee 7 November Golf, over.
This is Whiskey 9 or go.
Whiskey 9 7 November, interrogative Alpha Bravo.
Negative Alpha Bravo.
And this is 7 November Golf, Roger. Request you check your Romeo side. I'll go ahead and check my Tango side. 7 November Golf out.
November 8-5,
And 8-5, 7 November, say again.
Roger, I sent you in 30 feet before I come up on the
7 November, go.
Roger, I copied a while ago, 1 Charlie transmission that my thing used,
November Golf, 1 Charlie Hotel.
And 8-5, this is 7 November, Roger, Charlie.
That's fine, Roger.
Now 1 Charlie, 7 November, go.
This is 1 Charlie, in reference to your last, you're Brandon, once you get into Foxtrot, 1200 between teams and local. Also request your unit take ground records to see if we can try to get Whiskey 9 and 8 for pause into the playground.
And this is 7 November, Roger, stand by.
Got that?
Got it? All right. And all units, this is 7 November Golf. My unit Alpha, Echo, X-ray Alpha in there.
One Charlie, Alpha Bravo.
Hey, I never took a dip. I forgot to take a dip.
Whiskey 9, 7 November, interrogative Alpha Bravo. Whiskey 9 Yankee 7 November Golf, over.
This is Whiskey 9 or go.
Whiskey 9 7 November, interrogative Alpha Bravo. Whiskey 9 Yankee 7 November Golf, over.
This is Whiskey 9 or go.
Whiskey 9 7 November, interrogative Alpha Bravo.
Negative Alpha Bravo.
And this is 7 November Golf, Roger. Request you check your Romeo side. I'll go ahead and check my Tango side. 7 November Golf out.
November 8-5,
And 8-5, 7 November, say again.
Roger, I sent you in 30 feet before I come up on the
7 November, go.
Roger,